Everyone thinks investing more later in life is smart. They're wrong. This is Harry. He started with just $400 a month while working at a coffee shop. No stock picking, no luck, just one rule. Today, his portfolio is worth over $2.7 million. How? He followed a strategy so powerful, it breaks the way most people think about money. It's called the 8-4-3 rule, and once you understand it, you'll never look at time the same way again. The math I'm about to show you is unfair, but it's 100% real, and it could change everything. Here's what you're getting in the next 15 minutes. First, I'll reveal the exact 8-4-3 rule that transforms ordinary investors into millionaires. Then, we'll dissect the specific ETFs and dividend stocks Harry used to build his investment portfolio, including one that's delivered 10.54% returns this year alone. Finally, I'll walk you through Harry's complete age-based strategy that generates $75,600 in annual passive income by retirement. Educational disclaimer. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's 45, makes good money, and just started dividend investing with $2,000 monthly contributions. Sounds impressive, right? Wrong. Sarah is about to learn the most expensive lesson in financial planning. Here's the brutal math. Sarah's $2,000 invested at 45 has exactly 20 years to compound before retirement. That's it. But if she had invested just $400 monthly starting at age 25, she'd retire with more money than her current aggressive plan. Why? The 8-4-3 rule of compounding. In your 20s, every dollar you invest has 8 decades of potential market cycles to multiply. Think about it. The stock market has crashed and recovered, creating wealth building for those who stayed invested. In your 30s, you get 4 decades. Still powerful, but you've lost half your compounding runway. By your 40s, you're down to 3 decades. The urgency becomes real. Most people have this backwards. They invest like Sarah, small amounts when young, massive amounts when older. It's financially devastating. Harry discovered this at 23, and it made him rich.
Harry's discovery, the complete 8-4-3 strategy.
Harry was working at a coffee shop, making $32,000 a year. Not exactly wealth-building material. But he stumbled across something that changed everything. A Reddit post about a janitor who retired with $8 million. The secret? Age-based compound interest investing. Harry developed what I call the 8-4-3 strategic framework. Ages 23 to 32, the 8-decade phase. $400 to $600 monthly investments focused on dividend growth. Ages 33 to 42, the 4-decade phase. $800 monthly with balanced asset allocation. Ages 43 to 52, the 3-decade phase. $1,200 monthly prioritizing dividend yield. Ages 53 to 62, the 2-decade phase. $1,000 monthly in income-focused assets. The beauty? Harry's total lifetime contributions were just $756,000. His final portfolio, $2.7 million. That's a 257% return on his investment research and discipline. But here's where it gets interesting. 65% of Harry's final wealth came from investments made before age 40. Let that sink in. The ETF Foundation, Harry's core holdings. Now let me show you the exact ETFs that powered Harry's transformation from barista to millionaire. The growth engine? VOO S&P 500 dominance. Harry's foundation started with VOO, and for good reason. 10.54% year-to-date returns and 11.17% one-year performance prove this isn't your grandfather's boring index fund. All ETF performance data is gathered from seekingalpha.com. There's an affiliate link in the description if you'd like to try it. $30 off plus 7-day free trial, making this analysis even more valuable for your portfolio management journey. With just 0.03% expense ratio and 509 holdings, VOO gives you instant ownership in Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and every major American corporation. The 1.21% dividend yield might look modest, but when companies like Apple grow their dividends by 5 to 7% annually, that yield compounds beautifully. During the 2020 crash, VOO dropped 34%. Harry didn't flinch. He kept buying. By 2021, those crash purchases were up 85%. That's financial independence mindset in action. The dividend powerhouse, SCHD, consistent income growth. If VOO was Harry's engine, SCHD was his fuel tank. 3.81% dividend yield, with 13 consecutive years of dividend increases. This fund doesn't just pay you, it pays you more every single year. The numbers tell the story. 1.08% one-year return during a volatile market, 10.87% 5-year dividend growth CAGR, and an expense ratio of just 0.06%. You're practically getting professional money management for free. SCHD holds 103 dividend-paying companies with 40.29% in top 10 holdings. These aren't speculative growth stocks, they're cash-generating machines like Home Depot, Coca-Cola, and Pfizer. The income specialist, VYM High Yield Champion. But Harry didn't stop there. VYM became his income accelerator with 2.64% dividend yield and 14 consecutive years of dividend growth. 9.89% one-year returns prove you don't sacrifice growth for income. With 591 holdings spread across dividend-paying giants like Berkshire Hathaway and JP Chase, VYM's 0.06% expense ratio keeps more money working for you. The secret weapon, JEPI, monthly income machine. Here's where Harry got creative. JEPI delivers 8.40% dividend yield with monthly payments. While most ETFs pay quarterly, JEPI puts cash in your account 12 times per year. The minus 0.35% one-year return might look concerning, but Harry used JEPI strategically in his later phases when passive income mattered more than growth. The bond stability, BND Portfolio Foundation. During volatile markets, Harry relied on BND for stability. 3.80% dividend yield with minus 0.05% one-year return provided the steady income foundation every portfolio needs. With 17,691 holdings and just 0.03% expense ratio, BND gave Harry exposure to the entire US bond market for practically nothing. The individual stock champions. But here's where Harry's strategy got really interesting. He didn't just buy ETFs, he cherry-picked dividend aristocrats that had proven their staying power. Johnson & Johnson, J&J, the dividend king. 62 years of consecutive dividend growth. Think about that. J&J has raised its dividend every single year since 1962. 3.24% dividend yield with 10.41% one-year return. Harry allocated 5% of his portfolio to J&J for ultimate dividend consistency. When markets crash, J&J keeps paying. When economies struggle, people still need healthcare. Texas Instruments, TXN, the tech dividend. 19 years of dividend growth in the volatile tech sector. TXN proves technology companies can be reliable dividend payers. 2.46% dividend yield with 4.85% one-year return. Harry loved TXN because it combined tech growth with dividend reliability. Semiconductors aren't going anywhere, and neither are TXN's payments. Realty Income, O, the monthly payday. 31 years of dividend growth with monthly payments. O pays dividends 12 times per year, not 4. 5.62% dividend yield creates immediate passive income streams. Harry called O his rent check because it paid him monthly like a landlord. The 0.75% one-year return was secondary to the consistent monthly cash flow. The BDC powerhouses, MAIEN and ARCC. Harry discovered business development companies in his 40s. MAIEN delivers 4.69% dividend yield with monthly payments and 24.64% one-year returns. ARCC adds 8.44% dividend yield with 9.65% one-year performance. ARC adds 8.44% dividend yield with 9.65% one-year performance. These companies lend to mid-market businesses and pass the interest to shareholders as dividends. Harry's complete 843 strategy implementation. Now let's dive deep into how Harry actually implemented this strategy year by year. Get ready, these numbers will blow your mind. Phase 1, ages 23 to 32. The foundation years. Picture this. Harry's 23, making lattes for $32,000 a year, and terrified to invest $400 monthly. That's 15% of his take-home pay gone forever, right? Wrong. Here's his exact blueprint. The allocation. 40% VOO for maximum growth, 30% SCHD for that sweet dividend income, 20% VYM as his foundation, and 10% in J&J and TXN, the dividend aristocrats. Year 3 gut check. Market crashes 20%. Harry's friends panic sell. Harry? He celebrates and increases his contributions to $500 monthly. Why? Because he's buying VOO at a 20% discount. Year 7 breakthrough. Harry's portfolio hits $42,000. His annual dividends reach $1,200. That's a part-time job income from doing absolutely nothing. Phase 1 final score. Portfolio value. $76,500. His money in. $60,000. Free market growth. $16,500. Annual dividend paycheck. $1,900. That's a 28% bonus on top of every dollar he invested. Not bad for a coffee shop worker, right? Phase 2. Ages 33 to 42. The acceleration machine. By 33, Harry had leveraged his investment research into a financial advisor role. Income, $65,000. Monthly investment, $800. The compound interest rocket ship was about to take off. Strategic shift. He added JEPI for monthly income and realty income, for that sweet monthly dividend check. Now he's getting paid 12 times a year instead of 4. Year 15 milestone. Portfolio crosses $200,000. Harry's annual dividends hit $5,200. He's earning more from passive income than his first job paid annually. The magic moment. Year 18. Harry's portfolio gains in single years started exceeding his annual contributions. Compound interest had reached escape velocity. Phase 2. Results. This gets crazy. Portfolio value. $395,000. Total money in. $156,000. Pure growth. $239,000. Annual dividend income. $11,850. Harry was earning $987 monthly in dividends alone. His investment portfolio had become a second salary. Phase 3. Ages 43 through 52. The millionaire maker. Here's where the 8-4-3 rule gets insane. Harry's peak earning years. $1,200 monthly contributions. But watch what happens to his allocation. The strategic pivot, 30% SCHD for maximum income, 25% VOO for growth, 20% VYM for high yield, 15% JEPI for monthly cash flow, plus MAIEN and ARCC. Those BDC powerhouses paying 4.69% and 8.44% yields. Year 25, realization. Harry's portfolio generated $24,000 annually in dividends. His passive income streams covered his mortgage, car payment, and utilities. Financial stress? Gone. The reinvestment snowball. For 25 years, Harry reinvested every dividend. This created compound growth on steroids. Dividends buying more shares, generating more dividends, buying more shares. Phase 3 explosion. Portfolio value, $1,180,000. Total invested, $300,000. Market magic, $880,000. Annual dividend machine, $35,400. Harry had become a millionaire. His monthly dividend income, $2,950. That's more than most people's salaries. Phase 4, ages 53 to 62. The income optimization. Plot twist. Harry reduced his contributions to $1,000 monthly. Why? Because his existing portfolio was growing faster than he could contribute. This is money management mastery, the final allocation. 35% SCHD for maximum current income, 20% VOO for limited growth, 20% VYM for high yield, 15% JEPI for monthly income priority, plus bonds and dividend champions. The final decade market volatility increased, but Harry's dividend consistency provided stability. While others worried about portfolio swings, Harry collected quarterly checks that kept growing. The grand finale at age 62, portfolio value, $2,700,000. This phase contributions 420,000. This phase growth 2,280,000. Annual dividend income $75,600. The lifetime totals that will shock you. Total money Harry put in $756,000. Final portfolio value $2,700,000. Free market growth $1,944,000. Overall return 257% above contributions. Harry was generating $6,300 monthly in passive income without touching a single dollar of principal. The 8-4-3 rule had created true financial independence. From a $32,000 a year barista to a millionaire generating more monthly income than most people's full-time jobs. That's the power of time, compound interest, and the 8-4-3 rule. Most people think money grows linearly. The 8-4-3 rule proves it's exponential. At 25, skipping one $400 investment cost Harry $32,000 in retirement wealth. At 55, skipping $1,000 cost just $2,800. That's time amplification. Starting early always beats starting big. Here's your action plan. 25. Start with $200 split between VOO and SCHD. 35. Accelerate to $800 to $1,000 across multiple ETFs. 45. Focus on income builders like SCHD and JEPI for monthly cash flow. If this helped you rethink your strategy, hit like. It tells YouTube to show this to more investors who need it. The 8-4-3 rule proves one thing. When you invest matters more than how much. Harry's $2.7 million came from mastering time, not chasing returns. No matter your age, start now. Time is still your greatest asset in dividend investing. Investment risk notice. All investments carry risk. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always do your own research or consult a professional. Subscribe for proven financial planning strategies that build real wealth, one smart move at a time.